The king of making it up, Colin Mochrie, is my guest. He got his first laugh when he played the role of an undertaker in The Death and Life of Sneaky Fitch. Millions of guffaws later, he is still clowning around. An undertaker.
God bless you, you got the name of the play. I don't think it's ever been done outside of high school.
Well,
it's a musical western. You know, there's not much call for those.
Is this Killarney High?
It's Killarney, yeah.
So you were in theater in Killarney High.
Mm-hmm.
Drama teacher inspire you?
Yes, I mean, I was studying to be a marine biologist, and a friend, because I was shy, dared me to try out for the school play, and so I did, and I got the part. And then when I got my first laugh, it was what I imagined what a first hit of heroin was. It was just, I thought, oh, I want this all the time. And John Monsell was our teacher. His wife, Mickey Monsell, was a major actress in Vancouver theaters, and sort of fed my love for theater from that.
So you gave up studying
a great job in marine biology
and killer whales and all of that.
I think it worked out best.
To kill us with laughter.
For everyone, yes.
Best, but you were hooked like that. That's interesting.
It was immediate, and you know, it's one of those addictions that doesn't go away. You want that laugh. That's why you keep going. And you know, in this business, in improv, you never go out. Okay, now I got everything under control. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know how to get. It's like starting from scratch every time you do it, and I love that about it.
Mm-hmm. And they give you just a word. They say, be a pompous politician, play with Bob Ray. What happens backstage or on stage?
Well, you know, you just, the best part of it is just to open your mouth and start going. And then it's up to your partner to sort of make sense, and then you try to make sense of that. It's just, it's bizarre.
Have you tried it with people who don't know how to improv?
Sure. Yeah.
On stage, you bring up the audience.
We have a lot of audience members on stage, and I mean, they're not always involved in you know, coming up with the laughs and stuff. They have their functions, and we're very nice to our audience members because you know, they're a part of the show and they're there to help us. So we try to make it as pain-free for them. I mean, it's very difficult for someone who's not used to it to come up onto a stage. All of a sudden, there's the lights in your eye. You can see some of the audience. So it can be very nerve-wracking. But so it's our job to make them relaxed enough that they can help us.
Any memorable moments when they didn't relax, when you made someone cry?
I have to start writing these things down. I mean, the beauty and the curse of improv is it's off the moment. So once it's gone, and you're on to the next thing. The only thing I can remember, we were doing a show, I think it was in San Diego, and we just finished a scene, and then this woman who had been drinking quite a bit just started walking down the aisle yelling at us to do a song about menopause. Which was hard. We didn't have a musician or anything, but God bless Brad, he started actually just doing a rap about this drunk woman who came down making us want to sing. So, but it's usually pretty good.
Can you sing?
No.
No.
It is my greatest regret, because I would love to be a musical comedy performer, and I just don't have that equipment. I had an offer to do a Broadway show, and it was, I couldn't do it because of other commitments, but it was one of those that just ate at me for months afterwards. And it was a show called The Drowsy Chaperone, which friends of mine had written.
Oh, I saw it in New York.
Oh, it's a great show, and there was a minimum of singing, so I felt that I could do it. But
with the narrator on the side of the stage.
Yeah, that would have been my part.
It is, we know him, he's Canadian.
Bob Martin was the person. He originated the part. It started off as a wedding present at his bachelor party, and then went through these various incarnations and ended up a Tony-winning play.
Ever think of taking a singing lesson?
I did from a great singing teacher called Elaine Overholt, who did all of the cast of Chicago when they did the movie. They filmed in Toronto.
Good teacher.
Yeah, she was great. And I had been asked to audition for the part of Max in The Producers. So I took some lessons, and then I thought, you know what, I can't do it. I simply can't. I would have the, he gave 110%, but I don't think you want that in a musical comedy star.
No, well, you watch Jimmy Fallon on late night, and he turns into a really bad singer, a really bad Jim Morrison or something like that. But it's his shtick and it works. I wonder if he can sing at all.
I don't know. I'm sure.
Well, he can play the guitar
Probably
a bit.
can, yeah. I mean, that was, on Who's Line, watching guys like Brad and Wayne do their songs. It was like, I mean, it was great watching them, but part of me was like, I wish I could do that. How do you do that? It was very frustrating.
I did a telethon once with Lloyd Robertson, Variety
Great
Club,
singer.
a great singer. He and I were the news people. I was doing news. He was doing news. Now we're in the Variety Club telethon, and everyone, Michael Bublé, they're singing, they're dancing, and we're there like fire hydrants, pretty much.
Wow.
We're saying like, well, ring those phones. Right, Lloyd?
Still a very important part.
Ringing the phones.
Yes.
But when everybody has all that talent, they dance, they sing.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating. It's enough to make a grown girl cry.
No, you got stuff going on. I think you're okay.
I've got a low voice. That's it. That's it. When you were a little one watching television, who did you watch? Who inspired you?
Oh,
Fawlty Towers.
yeah.
I mean, how
No,
old are-
absolutely. But
Really?
I go back a little farther than that. I'm trying to think. Well, Dick Van Dyke was a major influence, and a lot of second bananas, like Don Knotts on the Andrew Griffith Show, Ted Knight on Mary Tyler Moore, and of course, Fawlty Towers. I watched a lot of television when I was a kid, and a lot of movies. I got a love of movies from my mother. We would watch old movies in the afternoon movie, and I loved Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, the Marx Brothers, Laurel and Hardy. Bob Hope was a big influence on me, I think. So yeah, anyone who made me laugh, I would sort of watch them and try to figure out how they were doing it.
And Bob Hope was a man of many lines.
What I loved about him was he did everything. He started in vaudeville, he did movies, he did radio, he did television. A good singer and dancer. A couple of his songs were like Oscar nominated, and played, was like totally relaxed in front of the camera, and didn't play different characters per se, but there was something about him that you
And he
just
was a
thought,
professional man. I met him. He was on one of my first radio shows. And apparently my nose is exactly like Bob Hope's nose. We've got the flat end. So now I've got the picture on the refrigerator, Bob Hope and me.
That's pretty cool.
And somebody comes in and says, "That your dad?" I said, "Why?" "The nose." So who knew?
I would not. I'm sitting across from him. Now I'm going to stare at your nose for the rest of the show.
I
but
know.
I don't,
It's the flat end. Well, we're funny about our noses,
yeah,
aren't we?
I suppose.
Aren't most people, as a young girl, you think,
Well, as a young
wish
girl,
I
I
had
didn't
a
think
little-
anything. I guess.
well, forgot about that. As a young man,
Yes.
you weren't worried about your nose, but young girls are. They want the turned up nose. And you get the big schnoz or you get the Streisand nose or whatever, which I think is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. There's something, when there's a flaw, I think it makes something more
I do too.
interesting, more sexy, more beautiful.
Sure, sure.
I'm not coming on to you right now.
No,
by
no,
the way.
I
I didn't want to
understand.
get you to feel
Because of the
uncomfortable.
nose.
Well, there's something about
No.
noses.
Well, your nose is a little bit like mine.
Yeah, well,
A little bit.
yeah.
And you got the good cheekbones and all of that. We'll age better,
Oh, absolutely.
apparently. If
I'm-
you have the football face, you don't have the cheekbones,
When I'm 70, I'm going to be so hot.
you are. I'll ask the wife about that, but I'm sure you are. What did it say about you in the high school annual? In the Killarney High School annual? You were valedictorian, I know that.
Yeah, I don't think it said anything. Just,
Really?
Here's a guy, good luck to him.
He won't be a marine biologist.
My last year of high school, I became, today I'd be like a media whore. I just did everything. I started a film club. I started a broadcast club where every morning we would do, I would write scenes and incorporate, the big dance coming up. I was part of the, bowling theater, the AV club. I just started doing, I was on student council.
Bowling?
Yeah, bowling.
Bowling. That's good improv.
Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah.
5 pin, 10 pin.
5.
So if I said bowl for me, what would you do?
I'd bowl. Sometimes
Really?
you just do the obvious
Would you get a
thing.
strike or a spare, or what would happen?
I was never a good bowler. I was never, I know this will be hard for you to believe. I'm not a natural athlete. I always gave...
I'm shocked.
Yeah. I was never good, but you know, I was a team player, which helped me in improv. So yeah, but I was never the star.
Never the star, but I think you'll live long like conductors do, like musicians do,
Yeah.
because laughter is the best medicine.
I hope so.
And you must laugh at yourself. You must.
It's
Can you
hard
watch
not to.
yourself on Whose Line or some of the reruns?
There are some I can watch, but it's taken repeated viewings because I go, oh, I missed that moment, or oh, what's with the hair or that shirt? But there are a few where I can watch now and enjoy them for
And
what
when
they
is
were.
the book coming out?
Nice segue.
Well, we're done.
It's supposed to come out in Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, will come out
Have you got
in
a
Christmas.
title yet?
I believe right now it's not quite the classics.
Not quite the classics.
I never wanted to write a book. I've never had that sort of inclination, but my agent made me, so I thought
Okay.
I use them in improv.
Well, that's good. Well, as Winnie the Pooh said to Piglet, life is so much friendlier with two. Thank you.
It was a pleasure, and good luck on the first show.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
first show, and you're our first guest. This
So-
will go down in history. Two men, no script. Tonight, I'll see you.
All right, I'll be
Kay
there.
Meek. Okay. And thanks for being with us today. And next week on the show, Kat Von D, Hollywood's high-voltage tattoo artist of LA Ink fame. Later in the month, we meet the man with the Midas touch. He's a venture capitalist, leadership expert. Stanford professor Mark Thompson sold a company for $100 million, his last one. He says it's dangerous to do work you don't love. Till next time, go with the flow, or is it flow with the go? We'll see you soon.